Hey guys, Kyle, the Death Knight of Anime here, bringing you my review for Eden Zero, Chapter 28. And in order to, and so basically, in order to start off this review, we pretty much get we pretty much get we basically get a basically new cover page. And after seeing Ivory's full appearance in color I have to retract my previous statement because about her personality resembles Shiki, because if anything, I do realize that Mashima is more when it comes to Ivory. I think Mashima is more than likely she's probably taking inspiration from Mira in her kind of younger years, but both in appearance and personality. Like Ivory is pretty much is basically the younger is I guess an older version of the pretty much younger Mira. So yeah, it's basically it's pretty cool in that sense, I guess. Another also I gotta give thumbs up. I'll be the first. I'll be the one to say it. The side boob image of Homura was very welcome. Although somehow I expected her outfit to be colored a little differently. Like I wasn't expecting her outfit to be pretty much yellow and in order to be pretty much yellow with basically red leaves. I thought it would be a different color than that, but but it is what it is. Like it doesn't bother me, but it's like, huh. So it was one of those moments where I was like, huh. So that's that's gonna be the color palette that Mushroom is gonna go with Homura's outfit. It's like I said, it's fun for what it is. I just kind of I wasn't expecting it to be that. I guess I don't know. I guess I was kind of expecting it in order to be blue and green or something like that. But yeah, it is what it is. It's fine. It just kind of took me a little off guard, and like I said, the side boob. Thank you, Mashima. That's your usual thing. So yeah, thanks. And we also get, I guess it would be a main. And another thing another cool little detail about this cover page too is that we also get I assume it would be the main interface of the Eden Zero ship in the background. And after looking at that image of the background, it's only now that I'm realizing that the Mashima definitely took a lot more, like, again, he took a lot of heavy influence from definitely Fairy Tail. We know this with basically with Eden Zero. And in terms of the background of the interface of the Eden Zero ship, it looks a lot like it looks very similar to the design of the Cardia Cathedral in Fairy Tail too. So yeah, it's only now that I'm picking up on these little details, I guess you could say. Yeah. So yeah. But yeah, overall, it's definitely a cool color page, and again, it's one of those color pages that makes me say, I want Eden Zero in order to have an anime soon. Like it is growing Eden Zero is growing into definitely like, I'm not gonna say Eden Zero is perfect, but it is. There are definitely moments where I like it a lot more. Or I like it. There are moments where I think it is slightly better than Fairy Tail in certain parts of its execution, for sure. And Mashima, thank you, Mashima, thank you. Because basically in this chapter, we learned exactly the kind of details that we wanted to learn because we basically learned exactly the kind of details that we wanted to learn in this chapter. Like Mashima, he decided he wasn't gonna bullshit us around anymore, and that he was gonna reveal exactly who basically Homura as a character is. Like he didn't dance around it. He just went pretty much straight for everything, for as much of the reveal as he decided to give us, and he gave us a lot of reveals of who Homura is as a character. Because so for first off, for instance, is that we learned that Homura's master is one of the four Starshines, as well as so we learned that Homura's master is one of the four Starshines, and her name is Valkyrie, as kind of what I inevitably thought was coming as well, which is that Homura's whole desire in order to defeat Shiki is really based on a long-standing long-standing, a bit of a friendly rivalry and competition that Ziggy had with basically Valkyrie. So I feel that this does kind of feel like one of those cool little endgame Easter eggs to look forward to. Like, I think at some point that basically that Shiki and Homura are probably going to have a bit of a friendly duel at the end of the series or something like that, or we're gonna see them have their friendly duel or something like that. So yeah. That's something cool to look forward to. Although, with having said that, with all this information that was being thrown of who Homura as a character is, with basically the reveal of who her master is and who and the fact that she pretty much has her, and the fact that Homura possesses pretty much the sword of Valkyrie, um, this this also raises a very big question that needs to be answered now, which is what were the circumstances that basically caused Valkyrie in order to pass on her sword to Homura? Because the only two situations I can think of right now is that it was just a master passing on the mantle to the student, or pretty much Valkyrie herself ended up running into a situation where she was forced to give up her basically her sword and her power, and in that situation, I'm going more with the latter rather than the former, because the whole thing of like the Homura basically has a line in this has a simple line in this chapter where she says that pretty much Valkyrie all of a sudden disappeared, and with the news that Valkyrie is just kind of disappeared, it kind of sounds like Mushroom is taking a bit of a few similar beats from basically the whole dragons taking refuge inside the Dragon Slayer's plot twist from Fairy Tail. So it's probably a similar situation here where Valkyrie is probably almost living in pretty much Homura's ether network or something like that, and regaining her strength, regaining her strength. So yeah, I think Valkyrie is probably closer than we think she's at. I think Valkyrie is probably Homura's probably Homura's sword itself. So yeah, that's pretty much my guess, but I don't know. It could honestly. I almost want to say that Mushroom is gonna pull the wool over eyes, but yeah, I'm kind of going with the theory right now that Valkyrie is living inside inside of Homer's ether and regaining her strength almost. Now, the end of the chapter reveals who I think can naturally assume is going to be the first big villain of the series. His name is Draken Joe, the Alchemist of Darkness. So, just the fact that Mashima gave this guy an entire page worth of an introduction means that he's going to be like the first major villain of the series. I just hope Mashima is not doing this for basically nothing. Otherwise, it'll be a repeat of Sabir, which, granted, at this point, I have come to terms with the fact that basically Sabir was definitely a more minor villain. But with this guy, there's absolutely no room for Mashima in order to screw this up. And if he makes this guy any sort of a pushover like any of the villains in Fairy Tail, then we are still headed for a problem. So just we can just kind of cross our fingers that this guy isn't a setup in order to fail spectacularly. Like, hopefully we pretty much get like a villain out of like Rave Master, a villain or a setup that is similar to Rave Master. Like, it seems Mashima has been every once in a while taking inspiration from Rave Master, and I'm hoping that with this villain, it is one of those times where the villain is kind of on at least a Rave Master level threat rather than a Fairy Tail level threat. That's what I'm saying. Now, there's actually a line from Sister Ivory in the beginning of this chapter where she talks about the chronophages. What the chronophages do is simply the law of the cosmos. And to me, I really think that this kind of solidifies the idea that the chronophages are a force of nature, and that the only way to prevent human casualties, from these beings, is to prepare for prepare for any kind of arrival ahead of time. Like this kind of reinforces what I said before, that these things are only doing what basically nature intended. So because of that, I think the human race the inhabitants of these planets that are targeted, they need to have better measures in order to prevent themselves from getting killed. I think so. Yeah, and although even knowing that, I still would like to know exactly how these things are created, because even forces of nature are going to need a catalyst in order to form. Like with thunder and lightning, they pretty much need they basically need clouds in order to be created. And the same with rain and snow. So yeah, with what exactly is the catalyst, and what causes these chronophages to form? I really want to know that part for sure. Um, Also, I need everyone to tell me right now. Tell me right now. Did anyone else aside from me start chuckling when the entire crew was ganging up on Weiss in order to accept his fate as a member of their gang of misfits? Like me, proceeded to laugh out loud like an idiot from there when it was Moskoy appeared right the fuck out of nowhere to shake his hand. Just like the timing of all that was brilliant. And yeah, I'm really so we basically get two new. So pretty much the title of this page was basically a bit of a cop out. We ended up getting two new. The Being Zero basically the Being Zero crew pretty much got two new crewmates rather than one. They got Weiss and they got Moskoy, but yeah, just Moskoy's appearing right the fuck out of nowhere was kind of hilarious, and I'm interested to see where they're probably where Machima's gonna take this little running gag of Weiss pretty much trying to keep the secret of what he did from Ivory. Like that should be kind of funny. But yeah, guys, that's my review. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Facebook, AniList, or Crunchyroll. Death Knight of Anime, signing off. Later, guys.